with John Cena having 4 more dates remaining, I thought I'd take a look at his retirement tour matches and give him a rating. So let's get underway. Now we're going to start off with the Royal Rumble. John Cena was the last man with, of course, Jey Uso. Let's look at that Royal Rumble card. Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, CM Punk, Cena himself, Jey Uso. That card was stacked and it was, hyping up to be one of the greatest Royal Rumbles. And I think it did live up to that. It was a very good Royal Rumble, Roman Reigns, CM Punk, Seth Rollins, starting their rivalry, eliminating each other out. And then focusing on John Cena now. John Cena was the last two with Jey Uso. Everyone thought this is his moment. John Cena is going to win the Royal Rumble to guarantee his spot at WrestleMania. But WWE had something else in plan. Jey Uso with the win, eliminating John Cena. When John Cena was hanging on the side of the rope, holding Jey Uso with the AA. Jey Uso gets back in the ring and pushes John Cena out. Man, if you look at our reaction, it says it all. It was heartbreak for John Cena fans. But that Royal Rumble did live up to the expectations. Yes, John Cena didn't get the win, but it still was an amazing night, especially at the Royal Rumble. So I'm going to give it a B+. If John Cena had won the Royal Rumble, that of course is getting an A+. Now we're going to move on to the Elimination Chamber. This is where John Cena got his moment and he claimed a spot at WrestleMania to face Cody Rhodes for the WWE Championship. Now, of course, that moment itself would have been enough to put it up there as minimum a B rating. But we all know what happens. John Cena turns heel. Now again, we all have our questions about this. I think it was the wrong move. How it turned out, it was just not the right decision. But in particular, let's forget about what happened after that. That moment there was one of the greatest moments, one of the most surprising, biggest moments in WWE history. John Cena turning heel. Imagine being left with that question, what if John Cena turned heel? Well, they pulled the trigger. He turned on Cody Rhodes, he lined with Rock, and then we never got to see Rock ever again. So the decisions I made around that were good, but then there were some bad decisions, especially with Rock not showing up. But again, as I said, if we're focusing purely on that match and the whole event, that is getting an A+. That was astonishing. Now, Backlash. John Cena and Randy Orton. Now, we all know John Cena and Randy Orton is probably one of the best rivalries in the WWE. Some could argue, but it is up there. We had face Randy Orton versus heel John Cena, and I think already that shows what we were getting into. That was going to be a big storyline, and the fact that it wasn't Cena being the face, Randy being a heel, we got something completely different. Now, it all started from SmackDown. John Cena came out, Randy Orton RKO'd him, and when I saw that, I was like, yes, we're getting John Cena and Randy Orton. We all knew it was going to happen. Wherever it happened in his retirement tour, it was going to happen. They pulled the trigger early, and it did live up to the expectations. Now, the Backlash itself, I personally think Randy Orton carried that match. Randy Orton was phenomenal. He succeeded, and just the match itself was pretty good in my opinion. Again, Randy Orton being the main factor to why it was. John Cena was good, but I think Randy Orton was better, and it did produce a very, very good quality match. Where would I rate it? Look, I'm going to give it a B-. I'll give it a B-. I think the fact that we got John Cena and Randy Orton, such a great rivalry, it can't get any lower than that. So I'm going to give it a B-. Now, let's go on to a bit later on, WrestlePalooza. Brock Lesnar and John Cena. Now, Brock Lesnar made his shocking return to the WWE after all the allegations that hit him. No one ever thought he'd be back in the WWE, but here he is, John Cena, Brock Lesnar. John Cena's arch nemesis, someone he just struggles to be, someone that's just always on his back. We all know Brock Lesnar, he's the beast incarnate. He is furious and he is a beast when he's in that ring. And let's just say it did not live up to the expectation. John Cena got buried instantly, just didn't have control in that match. Brock Lesnar just destroyed him, and I think it was the wrong move by Triple H by doing that. I think we should have seen a better match. It just did not live up to the expectation, and that whole card itself was terrible. I'm sorry, but I'm giving this a D. That was terrible. Now, let's go on to SummerSlam. John Cena and Cody Rhodes. Now, John Cena from WrestleMania to this point has been WWE Champion. Cody Rhodes has the aim to win his title back. Now, before this, John Cena returns back to being a babyface. Now, when we hear that music, the colors of the theme, no longer black, seeing John Cena happy, seeing John Cena, enjoying it with the fans, it was so good to see, because don't forget, we've never ever seen John Cena being a heel and coming back as a face. So seeing that moment, seeing all the fans and just John Cena enjoying it, already that itself pushes this up on a high rating. Now, of course, the match itself was very, very good. John Cena, Cody Rhodes, they smashed it. You know, it was a street fight. Just everything about the match was very, very good, and I think we all knew Cody Rhodes was going to snatch the title off him, and it was the right move. It was the right time for John Cena to lose the belt, and just to witness him one last time as WWE Champion. That match, that SummerSlam had everything, and that's going to go for me an A-, just for the fact that was John Cena's last time as WWE Champion. He was a face again, and we all enjoyed it as fans. So yeah, that's getting an A-. Now, next one, Night of Champions, John Cena and CM Punk. Now for me, this is up there as, you know, probably the best rivalry of John Cena's career. You know, we had the famous pipe bomb, CM Punk, and then the roles reversed. John Cena produces a pipe bomb, copying and mocking CM Punk, where CM Punk was lying down on the table. The build up to hold this, the storylines of this was immaculate. It was perfect, and the match itself did live up. It was a very good match between two iconic wrestlers, two legends of the WWE industry. And again, who would ever thought we'd see John Cena and CM Punk back in the action, back in the ring together, fighting for the WWE Champion. There was only going to be one winner, and it's going to be John Cena. But again, don't forget, CM Punk walks out in the Dr. Thugonomics theme. Like, again, it just had everything, nostalgia feeling to it, some big throwbacks, some good mentions from the past. It had everything, and again, I'm going to give this an A+. Okay, now we're going to go Clash in Paris, John Cena and Logan Paul. Now, this match was very good. You know, Logan Paul, you know, as much as people hate him, he is a great wrestler, a great performer, and the things the stunts he does is just amazing. Like, I just can't believe how good he is and how good he will be down in the future. Surely a future WWE champion. But again, as much as people hate him, he was phenomenal. John Cena really was good during that crown jewel, especially during the promos of, you know, roasting Logan Paul. When you got John Cena, who's up to his level, you know, with Logan Paul just starting his WWE career, you always knew John Cena was going to bury him. But again, the only reason why I was not happy about this is because we already had John Cena tag team with Logan Paul. Why do it again? Like, it was such a waste of the card, because again, John Cena is limited on time, so you want to get as much as wrestlers as you can. But the fact they went with Logan Paul did really destroy it. The match itself was pretty decent, especially, as I was saying, with Logan Paul really, you know, performing his skills and showing what he can do. But again, I just think that was not the right move to do, Logan Paul and John Cena at Clash in Paris. So I'm gonna give it a C+. Okay, now Saturday night's main event, John Cena and R-Truth. John Cena, you know, R-Truth's older brother when R-Truth is older than him. You know, R-Truth brings that funny side to WWE, and he did bring that funny side when he was confronting Cena. But again, he was a bit more serious because he wanted his old Cena back. He wanted the Cena we all knew. However, he did fail at Saturday night's main event. It wasn't the best match, you know. It's a moment. Cena, R-Truth, they did have their rivalry. I think it was back in 2011, 2012. It was a quick match, nothing into it. But again, I like the storyline around it. But other than that, nothing to it. R-Truth did end up, you know, changing to wrong killings, especially with WWE releasing him. So this John Cena, I think, had impacted him, because what John Cena did, he also did, and turned heel on his old self. But then as soon as John Cena became face, he became face as well. So I'm going to give this a C-. Now, last but not least, WrestleMania 41. John Cena one more time in the main event versus Cody Rhodes, the WWE Champion. How did this live up? Now, Cody Rhodes has been champion for, at this point, 1 year. John Cena had turned heel, and he sold his soul to The Rock because, again, he wants that WWE title. He didn't care how he was going to do it. He didn't care who he upset. He was going to win that WWE champion, and he did. Now, again, John Cena's whole motto, I'm going to ruin wrestling. Now, when you look at that match, it was quite overwhelming, because the way it ended and the way it finished, it just let us all down. But when you look at the meaning of it, it only made sense. Cena wanted to ruin wrestling. So he didn't want to finish the way the fans wanted to finish. He didn't want to win it the way the fans wanted him to see it. He did it the way he wanted to do it, and he won it, and he became 17-time champion, making history. And that only means one thing, that is going to be an A+. Cena breaking history, Cena cementing himself as the GOAT, the greatest of all time, my greatest of all time. Again, it has to be A. It was a history moment, a record-breaking moment. You can't have it lower than an A+. So, thank you guys for watching. If you're new around here, hit the like button, comment down below, and subscribe. And we'll see you guys soon.